So you're ready to start learning in JavaScript with FreeCodeCamp. That's what we're doing, and this one we're knocking out the workshop of the Greeting Bot. And if this is your first time watching, my name is Rob. I'm in the Code Zone School community where I try to come at these workshops that FreeCodeCamp has, and I try to break them down from an instructor's point of view. So if that sounds like a good video for you to watch, then that's what we're here to do. So let's go ahead and get started. I will say that we are going to have all of the steps here for you to go through, but some of them might be on the Code Zone community. So you can go ahead and check the rest of them out there, but we'll definitely go through a majority of them here in this video. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so as you can see, this one here has about 15 steps on that. Let's go ahead and deal with step number 1. Now, at the very top here, it says that in this workshop, you're going to learn how to work with JavaScript, with the JavaScript fundamentals by building a greeting bot. Now, in the first step, you're going to want to have an output message, and that comes from the console log and of the greeting bot. So it says, remember that you've learned about console.log, and that's a way that we will always, typically in JavaScript, if you're wanting to know what a variable is or what it is outputting or what it's saying, then a console log is a real safe way for you to validate and verify things of what is in memory. So here it says, as a reminder of what console log looks like, and it's console.log, it's all lowercase, and then we have the left and right parentheses to kind of invoke it. Now, it does tell us here that we have a console log with the hello world as an example. And it says for this very first step is, let's go ahead and do a console log. And we want to go ahead and put in the string of hi there. So really all we're going to do is we're just going to type in console.log. And then we have that left and right parentheses. Notice that the FreeCodeCamp automatically plugged in the opposite parentheses to help us out with the coding, which is really nice. And in here, we want to put the string. Now, the way to do strings, we can do double quotes, we can do single quotes, or we can do backticks. They all equate to the same thing. And when we go ahead and hit the double quotes, notice again that we get the opening and closing aspect. And that's very important because when we are utilizing the double strings, you want to make sure that the left side matches the right side when we're going through this. And if you did single quotes, you'd want to have a single quote on the left, a single quote on the right, and that's how you're going to differentiate those. Next is, let's go ahead and type in hi there. So I'm just going to go ahead and type that following, and don't forget the exclamation mark. And now over here in the right-hand side, we're able to see that it is outputting over here for us in our makeshift terminal. Okay, let's go ahead and check our code to make sure that we did this correctly. We got the confetti and we're moving on to the next step. All right, so step number 2 in building this greeting bot. It says that now we should see that first message of the bot in the console. It's time to add the second message from the bot. And we want to go ahead and add another console log statement to the output message of I am excited to talk to you. So again, we kind of already know what a good working example of a console log looks like. We know that the string needs to have the either double quotes, single quotes, or backticks, but they need to match. And let's go ahead. I'm going to test it out in here. Like I say, this is my first time going through this with FreeCodeCamp. And I don't know if it is smart enough to know backticks versus single quotes versus double quotes, but we'll try them all out here. Let's go ahead and do a console log. And we're going to say with single quote this time, I am excited to talk to you. Okay. And don't forget the period. And we can see that it is now displaying in our console. We have the hi there from before, and then I'm excited to talk to you. And the other thing to notice with the console logging is they kind of stack on top of each other, doing a line break in the console. Let's go ahead and check our code. Congratulations. It looks like it didn't care that it was a single quote versus a double quote. All right. Moving on to the next step. So step number 3, it says here that in the previous lessons that you've learned about the keyword let and how to declare variables in JavaScript. Here's an example or a reminder for us. You can see here that they started off with that keyword let, and then we have the variable name here, and then we have the optional. And it says on here, the keyword let is used to declare the variable, or we want to utilize that keyword let to declare a variable, and then we want to name that variable bot. So what it's wanting us to do here is we want to start off with that keyword let, and then we want to go ahead and name our variable, give it a name here of the word bot. And if we're utilizing good practice, we can do the semicolon at the end. And let's go ahead and check our work. There we go. Congratulations. We are moving right along with this JavaScript stuff. All right, so step number 4, it says that now it's time to assign a value to our variable of bot. So on line 3, we created an instance of it. It's not been assigned any type of value quite yet. And that's where it kind of gives us a little bit of some reminder code that you see, because it says, hey, here's the variable. So this is bot. Imagine this being bot. And then we want to utilize the equal sign to assign it a value. And again, that can be a number, it can be a Boolean. In this case here, it is a string. And it says it wants us to assign the string teacher bot to our variable of bot. I know that sounds confusing when I say it in words, but the way visually we can convert this to JavaScript code is by doing the following. So we don't need to say the word let anymore, because up above, it has already been initialized. It's almost like there's a parking space for the car that's going to the store. It's already there. It's already available. Now we're trying to assign it to something. And what we're going to do is we're just going to type that keyword of bot, and then we're going to use that assignment operator, and then we're going to open up our strings and say teacher bot. Now notice it is camel case as far as the string goes. And that's all it really wants us to do. And then we can finalize this by putting an optional semicolon at the end. Let's go ahead and check our code. Congratulations. We're moving on to the next step. All right, so step number 5, it says now it's time to initialize a new variable here called bot location. And it says when you need to declare variables that have multiple words in it, we need to utilize what we call in JavaScript is camel casing. And so you can see here it says in camel casing, the first word is always lowercase, and then each other word that comes after that, it's going to be capitalized. Okay, you're not capitalizing the whole thing, just the first letter of each word. Just like you see here, this is camel case. The very first word, which is this, is all lowercase, and then once we move on to the next word, the next letter is capitalized until we get to the next word. Then we start that capitalization all over again. So that is camel casing. So it says down here, we want to declare and assign the string of the universe to the variable here of bot location. This variable, we can do that all on the same line, utilizing the equal sign right off the bat, just like in this example here of this is camel case that they have here. So let's call that example. We're going to do let, and then that goes with the variable name. That's going to be bot location. And notice that is camel case. And we can do the assignment all in one line. And it says we want to put in there the universe. All right. I believe that is it. That's all they want. Let's go ahead and check our code. Perfect. Congratulations. We're moving on to the next step. All right, step number 6, it says, now it's time to add another message from the bot. So let's add another console statement to the code that logs the message, allow me to introduce myself. So real simple, let's go ahead and just do a console.log, and then we want that key phrase or that sentence there of allow me to introduce myself. Don't forget the period. And then we can go ahead and put the semicolon at the end. And we can kind of see our story building over here with several console log statements. And even though we've declared variables up above, we don't see them being displayed in the console because we haven't actually did that yet. And maybe that's what we're leading towards when we are doing this. But let's go and check the code. Congratulations. We're moving on to the next step. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed the first set of 6 of these steps. If you're looking for the rest of the steps for the complete video, please take a look at our Code Zone Skool. The link is going to be in the description, but we will see you there and see you in the next video. Take care.